stores left. But here's the one thing. I actually missed something yesterday, and somebody called me on my radio program yesterday during, around lunchtime, and they said, Glenn, why is it, you always say, look at the other hand. What's the other hand doing? Everybody's talking about AIG. You know what? I didn't know at the time. I didn't know until about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Then I figured it out. I've been telling you for weeks, don't be distracted by the big news of the day, because I think a lot of it is a smokescreen. The Citibank offices, the AIG. Yesterday, I fell for it myself. While everybody, including me, was taking sides on the AIG bonuses, something so much more important, history, happened yesterday. The Fed announced that it is going to pump $1 trillion into the system by buying debt from our Treasury. What does that mean? You know, I asked my producers today, I said, why is nobody covering this? And they said, Glenn, it's too complex. Nobody really understands this. It's hard to explain. Please, America, please stay with me on this. They have lowered interest rates as far as they can. What happened yesterday is a last-ditch effort. You know, it's like they put our entire economy up on the roulette wheel and said, yeah, you know what? Let's let her roll. Keep it on black, 17. To put this into perspective, think of America this way. She's like a sick patient, and she's got one of those nasty staph infections, you know, and the doctor's like, oh, we'll just give her a little penicillin and everything will clear up. And then they try something else, and pretty soon you're in the hospital. And that's when you open up your eyes and you see everybody, you're now in an isolation room there in the hospital, and they've all got masks, and they're hanging a little bag of IV, and they're like, oh, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. Oh, dear God, he's going to die. They usually, you know, the last line of defense for antibiotics is Vanco. That's it. If it doesn't work, you're dead. Yesterday, about 3 o'clock Eastern, the last line of defense was hung over the patient called America. But we were all, including me, too focused on that AIG thing. Oh, that scandal. Here's what all of this means. What they did yesterday afternoon is they started borrowing money from ourselves to pay ourselves for programs we can't afford. You know, it's like I said, you know what, Glenn, I just would like $1,000 for M&Ms. Well, Glenn, I don't think you should be spending that $1,000, but I really want some M&Ms, Glenn. Okay, I tell you what, I've got some money right here. Well, it's not actually money. What it is, you know, it's an IOM. So, Glenn, I'll give it to you. Oh, my goodness, Glenn, thank you so much. I'm good for it. Really, I am. They're moving money from one pocket to another. It doesn't work. I'll show you why the situation is deathly serious in just a minute, but first I want to show you something over here. I asked the art department, and they are so good. I asked them to show how much is $1 trillion, because that's what we printed yesterday. $1 trillion. I think we have lost sight on how much $1 trillion is. So here's $100. We all know $100. There it is, $100 bill. Next, $10,000. What does that look like stacked up in $100 bills? There it is. Now $1 million stacked up in $100 bills. It would fit in a big suitcase. Now $100 million. I don't know why they insist on keeping me so fat, but there I am. Okay, so there's $100 million.